Now at 6, we continue to follow the breaking news out of Kentwood this afternoon, where fire crews are still on the scene at a fire at a senior living community.
We've been following this story all evening and now learning that over a dozen seniors are living in the home, and they were evacuated safely when that fire broke out. News 8's Megan Bunchman has been on that scene for several hours getting the latest information.
Brian and Soon, I just spoke with a spokesperson for the American House Senior Living Facility, and he told me that it was the cause of the fire was an HVAC system that was being worked on in the roof. That is what actually malfunctioned and sparked those flames, causing those flames to basically engulf that entire facility very quickly. If we show you some of the video, when we arrived on scene, the area was fully engulfed with the visible flames coming from the roof. You could see smoke as far away as US 131. Now, we do know that there were a total of 12 senior residents who are part of their mental health department who suffer from Alzheimer's or dementia living here at the time. All of them were able to be escorted and get out of the building safely, as well as some of their loved ones and staffers who were visiting. And then they were moved to a secondary facility not impacted by the flames, where they played games and waited to basically be transferred to other facilities. Lots of fire crews were responding to this blaze when it was at its peak, including Dutton, Byron, Granville, Gaines, Kentwood, Grand Rapids, you name it. So many fire crews were here fighting the flames both from the sky and from the ground. We also see DTE and consumers still on site right now to make sure that all the power and those lines are off, to make sure that as crews remain on scene, they are doing so safely. This is an ongoing story, but I just wanted to make sure that we share with you now what we know is the cause of that fire that sparked right around 2:30 today. It was a malfunction with the HVAC system, as a third party was working on it in the attic. We're going to bring you some more information, but first we did have a moment to talk to the Deputy Chief Mike Hipp over at Kentwood Fire. This is what he had to say.
I'm going to assume we're going to be here all night. There's a lot of overhaul that needs to be done. If you were to look at it from a thermal imaging camera, there's probably 10 fires still inside that building. They're smaller, but they're still going, and we're having a difficult time accessing them, as well as the safety of putting my crews inside there to go get them. So I'm going to assume we'll be here through the night.
Now, the American Cross was also on scene. The American Red Cross not only helping and responding to the patients that are now displaced, but also trying to help out with the fire crews and the police and sheriff's teams that were here, offering them water, even masks. At some point, this smoke was very, very thick. We had about 100 at the peak of onlookers, lots of people covering their faces, as you could smell that billowing smoke coming towards us. It smelled like a really intense campfire. Again, as you just heard from the fire chief, the deputy fire chief, you should expect to see crews here for the next couple of hours, if not into the night, to make sure that those hot spots are fully put out. This building will definitely be a total loss. At this time, though, everyone is safe. We're going to bring you more updates online and on air as we learn them. But for now, I'm Megan Bunchman, live in Kentwood, News 8.
All right, Megan, thank you. We're also hearing from people impacted by the fire.
News 8's Amber Kriska is live now with that side of the story. Amber, what have you found out?
Yeah, so we're at the back of the building, and we can see a number of firefighters. They've been going in and out of the building, and they just lowered that ladder there. They've been spraying water into the building. They just stopped a few minutes ago. And if you take a look over here behind me, you can see the Salvation Army is out here providing water for these firefighters. It's been a long day, and it's going to be a long night, the chief says. If you take a look back over here, you can see what we're looking at right now. And just minutes ago, a bus with those 12 residents just took off. I could see the 12 residents being loaded onto that bus. They are being taken to another location. Everyone seemed to be in good spirits, quite a few of them in wheelchairs, so it did take several minutes to get them all onto the bus. I also reached out to the Red Cross. The executive director tells me the Red Cross did respond and will be helping those residents if they need any help. They are on standby, ready to help. And a spokesperson with the facility, he tells me they are just heartbroken, saddened by what happened, but they're just so thankful that everyone is okay. Reporting live, Amber Kriska, News 8.